In yesterday's video, or I should say episode, video is improper. These are episodes. This is a world famous podcast. I referred to wrapping your car around a telephone pole, but that doesn't really do it justice. Telephone poles do not deserve that kind of treatment. Telephone poles are incredibly important. Not really anymore. Actually, now that I think about it, this video is kind of obsolete. Telephone poles really aren't. Okay, I'm just going to keep going for it. We're just going to go for it. Telephone poles are useful and they are important. Okay? That's the situation. Now, back in the day, back in my day, when telephone first came out, telephone, telegram, whatever you want to call it, not the app, telephone poles were incredibly important for reaching family members. Back in my day, you could call someone on the other side of the country at an additional fee, a long distance call, but it was possible, it was doable. Before then, you had Telegram, which sucked, or even worse, you had letters, or even worse, someone moved across the country and you just assumed that they died and moved on with your life. That was kind of how the settlers were. If you lived on the East Coast and you had family or extended family or whatever move to, let's say, California or Oregon or something like that, um, they would leave and you would hug and you would kiss them. And when a couple of months passed and you never got a letter, you just say, oh, they're dead. Or you say, oh, God's watching after them. But in the back of your head, you're like, oh, yeah, they died. They died. That sucks. They died. But now you can call anytime, anywhere with telephone poles. Like I said, telephone poles are kind of obsolete now, but just stick with me. Stick with me. Telephone poles are also very, very important because I believe that a lot of the times they use the telephone pole for electricity as well, which, regardless of how you feel, electricity is very, very important. Very, very important. And unless you are watching this from your home that has solar panels on it, or you're using a wind-up generator or a gas generator, you're probably using electricity from the power grid right now, more than likely. And if you're watching this in your car, which you shouldn't be watching, you should be listening to. If you're listening to this in your car, you're watching it on the subway, or you're watching it in class or whatever, you are watching this on a phone or a tablet or an iPad or whatever with electricity that you got from a telephone pole, electricity pole. So it's very important. Still very, very important. It's incredibly easy to take these things for granted, but you really shouldn't. Show your appreciation. Give your local telephone pole a hug with your car. Give the local telephone pole, does so much for you. Give it a hug with your front fender at 40 to 70 miles per hour. That's a joke. I appreciate you listening to this, and I will see you tomorrow.